Hey guys, we're back to another video. Today we're talking about my fall thoughts, forecast thoughts 2021 number one in today's video. So let's get into today's video. Okay, we're looking at what you need for El Nino or La Nina, and we need plus 0.5 or greater for at least 3 months for a El Nino, and you need negative 0.5 or greater for 3 months for a La Nina. And Uh, this is what it looks like when you have El Nino. It stays like this for 3 months, and then it finally goes down maybe to La Nina. So this is what you see usually for 3 months. This would be a El Nino um, pattern. But if we saw La Nina, like we're expected to see at least right now, or likely to see, it'll look like this for at least 3 months, and then finally drop off into maybe an ENSO pattern and near El Nino. So, and we see this for 3 months, and that would be a La Nina. If we saw it in here and goes up here maybe for a little bit and then goes down, this is the ENSO pattern. And that's kind of what we're in right now. We're kind of in the ENSO pattern because we're not in a La Nina and we're not in El Nino. So in a ENSO pattern. Also, this is from Weather Decoded on YouTube, this thing that I'm using here, so go check them out. Now we are looking at the Cetus Niña 3.4 index. And we see you need plus 0.4 for, or about 0.4 for El Nino, and negative 0.4 somewhere near for a La Nina. So and you see it got close to becoming an El Nino. It was getting close, but didn't quite get to a La Nina or El Nino. Sorry. Um, so and then it kind of dropped off in uh, the latest little bit. It's kind of heading toward a La Nina, and it's expected to continue to go toward La Nina. So, but right now we're in an ENSO pattern because it hasn't really got toward plus 0.5 or negative 0.5. It hasn't really got too close to there. Right now, we're basically in the ENSO pattern right now here. So, but the Climate Prediction Center put this out here. Uh, this thing of until alert system status of a La Nina watch is in effect. An ENSO neutral pattern favored through the northern hemisphere summer into the fall. 51% chance from August to October season, with La Nina potentially emerging during the September to November season and lasting through the 2021 into 2022 winter. 66% chance during November through January of seeing a La Nina. This is according to the Climate Prediction Center. They put this out here, so we're gonna have to watch as there's going to be an ENSO pattern for this fall, according to what it says, and then we're gonna see a La Nina by possibly by the end of fall or during the winter. Um, 66% chance. Here's the ENSO alert system. A watch means issued when conditions are favorable for development of a El Nino or La Nina within the next 6 months. Advisory issued when El Nino or La Nina conditions are observed and expected to continue. And then final advisory issued after El Nino or La Nina conditions have ended. They put the final advisory out, and this thing's from CNN that we're looking at. So this is what a La Nina pattern looks like. It's cool for parts of the U.S. here, so we usually see cool air moving to the United States. We see wet conditions near the northwestern United States, and then we see drier air for the southern United States usually. here. And then we see have even more wet conditions in this area right here. And if this does come into play in the winter, we could see some winter storms around this region here, because the La Nina is possible this winter, and we might be seeing so some winter storms there for winter. And in the La Nina, you usually see warm air for down here, and usually dry here, according to what La Nina usually is. Um, that was from NOAA. How La Nina could affect hurricane season. The La Nina could come in by the end of fall, and if it comes in by September or October, that means more storms. There could be more tropical storms and hurricanes possibly, because there will be less wind shear for the Atlantic. But in the Pacific, here we'll see less storms. If we see a La Nina, we'll see less storms over here because there's going to be more wind shear here for those regions. So that's the difference between the La Nina and El Nino hurricane activity here, and this is from the Weather Channel. Here's what it looks like in a La Nina, a ENSO neutral pattern, and an El Nino pattern. It looks like during the hurricane season. This is from the Weather Channel. We see 15.9 named storms in a La Nina. We see 16.1 named storms in an ENSO neutral pattern, and then we see 10.8 named storms in a El Nino. So we see high named storms in the La Nina in the ENSO neutral pattern, and we're in the ENSO neutral pattern now, and it shows that ENSO neutral pattern have more named storms. Hurricanes for a La Nina is 8.4, ENSO neutral it's a 7.8, and then for El Nino it's a 4.7. During the hurricane season, Atlantic hurricane season, we usually see, and you see there's actually more hurricanes usually in a La Nina, according to what this says, than ENSO neutral pattern. But you see the least hurricanes in an El Nino of a 4.7 here, according to what this says. And then a La Nina says 3.6 on major hurricane. ENSO neutral pattern is a 3.5. And then an El Nino is a 2.5. So when you have a El Nino, you have usually less tropical activity than if you have a La Nina or ENSO neutral pattern. You see quite a bit of tropical activity, especially with La Nina. You see usually more hurricanes and major hurricanes, according to what this says. With the ENSO neutral pattern, you see more like tropical storms and stuff. You do see sometimes more hurricanes, according to what this says, and major hurricanes, but you see most of the major hurricanes and hurricanes in a La Nina. So, in we're kind of in ENSO neutral pattern. If we see the La Nina come in by the end of fall, we could see possibly some hurricanes and maybe a few major hurricanes. So, we're going to have to watch that very closely. This is from the Weather Channel. So, yeah, temperatures for September on the CFS. This is on the CFS. This is what it looks like in September. What this looks like, it doesn't really look much like a La Nina pattern right here, because you see warm air down here, and then cool air up here. So, and we're seeing really warm air for the northeastern U.S. really. You see some cooler air down here, it looks like. So yeah, let's look at the precipitation for September. This stuff still will change because it's still a little far out, but so don't pay attention. Like if you're in this area, don't pay attention to if there was anything around you, because usually stuff will change. Usually it changes on here, so don't focus on your location, because stuff will change. It's just we're going to look at this to see what it shows here, see if it looks like a La Nina or El Nino or ENSO neutral pattern. Here we see a little bit of wet conditions here. That's what we usually see in a La Nina, and then we see a little bit of wet conditions here, but not most of it's towards the northeastern U.S. So yeah, this doesn't look too much like a La Nina pattern here, though, for September. But this, in October, it looks a lot like a La Nina pattern where cool air moves into this area, then warm air is for this region here. So warm air is here, cool air is coming in from up here, moving into the U.S. So this looks a lot like a La Nina pattern here, um, on the temperature-wise by October. Um, and it looks like a lot like La Nina on the precipitation too over here, according to it's supposed to be wet. That's what we usually see in La Nina. Then usually we see wet in this area in La Nina. It looks like it goes a little more north with the above average precipitation. So, but that's what it looks like here on the model for October. For November, I don't fully agree with this here. What it says the whole U.S. will really be warm. Usually that changes later on, but I really don't think this is right. I think there will be some cold air coming in with this La Nina, possible La Nina coming in. Um, this model says it's going to be warm for really most of the U.S., but I really don't agree with this. So. But this is what the precipitation would look like, and it looks a little bit like a La Nina. We see above average over here, we see above average down here. In the southern U.S., see dry conditions. So it looks a lot like La Nina here, precipitation-wise on the November on the CFS here. And then the temperatures for December on the CFS here, and again, I don't fully agree with this, where it's going to be warm for the whole entire U.S. for December. Usually it changes later on, but and cold for up here. But I think there will be cold air coming in from up here for December. So let's look at the precipitation here, and we see there's above average over here, still some above average. We see some above average near the northeast, and maybe some above average down here, and some areas of below average here. So this doesn't really look much like a La Nina right here, but stuff still could change on the CFS. So don't take this full thing. Don't take this fully seriously. So because stuff will change on this model, it always does. So sometimes I use this stuff for my forecasts, but if it just doesn't look right, doesn't look like right, like I think. Like if it looks like the temperature wise here for December, um, I really won't put this on here because it just usually doesn't look like that for December. So, uh, but yeah, I wanted to show you guys all that. Tell you some of my thoughts for this fall. And talk a little bit about winter, but I mainly talked about fall, the hurricane season, and everything. So, thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe to the channel; it helps a lot. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed, and see you guys in the next video.